You notice like new shapes that you've never seen before.
Yeah, like if you look like closely, like there's like these little plus signs.
Oh,
and
shit.
like where's the turtles? The turtles are really cool.
Wow.
There's like little fish right here.
Wow. Very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that looks sick, dude.
Yeah,
The turtles.
You went into a lot of detail. And I like how he used like the paint up there is really pretty.
Yeah.
And like all the different like
I like
styles.
how his style is just so like, it's so neat. Like there's really no other way to put it.
Yeah.
It's so just indistinguishable.
Yeah, it's really unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He draws like a comic book.
Yeah.
Like that's how I always think.
He's working on graphic novels.
Oh, really?
Are we going?
Just as a freelance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have we been recording?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, for a minute.
Okay.
I just like starting it like in the middle of a conversation. It just kind of drifts in.
So are you like the interview? Are we the interviewees then?
Yeah, sure.
We're like, I mean, it's more of just like, we're just gonna have like a talk about it the way I want.
Just
I feel
like
we'll definitely ask our questions, but like we can just like talk about it.
Yeah,
like,
when you guys have questions,
what we think about it and shit. Like,
I guess I'll just go through what happened.
Okay. Well, should we start there, or should we just like start as like who
or
you
like
are?
or like what schizoaffective disorder actually is?
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to start with that?
Yeah, let's
just so we're not jiving in instantly.
Yeah, and then we'll get to
you warm up. Yeah, a little bit of foreplay first.
Okay, so schizo. A little bit of foreplay. Touch my nipples. Touch my schizoaffective nipples. They're talking to me.
You just start tripping as he's like rubbing on his nipples.
Oh, how do you know all this shit?
The walls!
Me and Joe Rogan did DMT in 1995.
How do you know all this?
Anyways.
Alright, so...
Fucking... I don't even know what that moment was. It's almost just going crazy.
It's all captured forever.
Yeah. Anyways.
So schizoaffective disorder is like, it has symptoms. It's not schizophrenia, like straight up. That's why it has a different name. It's like schizoaffective. There's also like schizotypal disorder.
Yeah. Well, isn't it a type of that though, or no? Is it like
it's like a little like, I don't know. It's like schizophrenia is like a little cousin or something.
It's like OCD or
so it's like a half step down.
It's like, I mean, it's like I don't know if the schizophrenia symptoms aren't as severe. Like, one symptom of schizophrenia is like you have like auditory and visual like hallucinations. I haven't got those very much.
So
but
it's more
I
like
have
a personality disorder?
That, I'll get to, yeah, actually, yeah. So
sorry, we kind of interrupted you, but...
Schizoaffective is like symptoms of schizophrenia with symptoms of a mood disorder, like bipolar disorder or depression.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so you either have like really depressive episodes, where you have like the schizophrenic, like you have like delusions and stuff, or you like do what I did, which I have bipolar type. So basically like.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask which one it was.
I would stay up for like before my episodes, I would stay up for I would barely sleep for 4 days, and I the last one I had, I read 3 books in 2 days. I was writing all this shit down, I was having all these epiphanies, and I was super manic.
Yeah, it's
I was going crazy, a super elevated mood, really a lot of energy.
It's almost like built-in Adderall.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like you were built with that.
Wait, what?
It's super crazy.
Built-in Adderall?
Well, I mean,
is it just kind of like a go kind of thing?
In that situation, there's probably definitely situations where it's not as productive, or he's just grinding away.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like my brother, he got manic, and then he was just talking constantly.
Oh, your brother had it?
My brother doesn't have this, I don't think, but he just recently got really manic.
Oh, okay.
So this stuff is highly genetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it comes out with time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It usually starts around for me it started when I was 14. That's pretty early. Usually it starts when you're around 17 or 18.
Dude, that's crazy how what did you just say? It's genetically.
It's really genetic. I forgot what I said actually.
Yeah, that was a really good way of saying it though. That's crazy that how it can be that
yeah
it's not just one of you got it and the other one was fine. It's you both have your different parts of it.
Yeah, like it can be brought on by stuff. Like I think it was like partly brought on by drugs. Like for me, but I didn't do that many like.
Oh yeah, because like LSD even with people with like schizophrenia who are gonna get it like later on in life, that shit just brings it out. It like.
Yeah, but like I think like I haven't done the research into this. Like I didn't know how to look it up, but like I think like really like. It's only with certain people, like, if you have, like, the propensity to, like, have this disorder, then if you do a lot of psychedelics, it'll bring it out. But a lot of people can do it psychedelics for a long time and just be fine because they don't they don't really have it.
So, I have a question. Do you think that's the reason why people, quote-unquote, go crazy? Is because they already have this disorder, kind of, like, just sitting in the brain waiting to come out, and then all of a sudden it triggers it? Or is it, like...
I think that's a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, a lot, like, that's how you see people end up on the streets and shit.
Oh yeah.
Some of it, yeah.
There was a guy on YouTube who were like, 2 of his first video, and not to like go off top, like I don't want to go off topic, but good. There's this guy on YouTube and he made videos.
We're only 6 minutes in, bro.
his first 2 videos were like completely normal, and then he started, like he like tripped out. He did like a full. It was like half a sheet or something.
I think
like
I know who you're talking about. I think I know.
Yeah,
I think you've told me about this before.
It was like some guy, and he did a bunch of LSD, and then he said that he was like tripping forever.
Yeah.
But he was mistaking like a schizophrenia for like an actual hallucinogenic drug, and then he just like kind of went crazy. He started making videos of him like.
Yeah, you've told me this.
Conspiracy theories on the beach while he's naked.
Oh yeah, dude, conspiracy theories, that's a big schizo thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that like conspiratorial thinking, like that. That's a huge thing. Like, thinking that, like... Because I had a lot of that kind of shit. Like, when I was in the mental hospital, I thought that they were, like, getting all this information on me, and they knew a bunch of shit about me, and they're, like, trying to control me and all this shit. And when I got out, I was so happy, because I was like, oh, I'm not going to be controlled.
Was it almost
it was so delusional.
Yeah.
Like, looking back, I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking, dog?
Society.
You should have been on your meds, dog.
Do you think everybody... You're, like, talking back to yourself?
Yeah.
Do you think everybody has, like, a little like a 16th of that? How, like, people can almost, like, convince themselves?
I think that's paranoid.
Maybe? Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, everybody gets probably paranoid sometimes, but it's not, like, to the level of, like...
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah. It's not like you're deathly afraid of this shit.
Yeah.
Do you feel like have no evidence to believe.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the 1/16th, though, is, like, the paranoia of humans? Like that, like...
Do you think
checking
it's,
over my shoulder, like, oh, I heard a noise, Is that, like... Those 6, like, do you think everybody at least has a little bit of just
of something, of everything, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe just like the old version.
I mean, it's like basically what you're saying is like people have like certain like commonalities with these things. Like paranoia is like this like same, but it's not like having a little bit of schizoaffective disorder. It's like it's not that. Like, you can be, like, a little sad, but it doesn't mean that you have a little bit of depression. Like,
yeah. I guess
like,
I'm just
like a real clinical
on,
depression.
Like, how does
There's no such thing as a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm just curious on, like, how does it affect the brain? Not, like, is there, like, a section of the brain that is, like... Is it, like, a misfiring of the brain? Is it everything in general? Is it, like, your social... Is it just purely social... What is affecting you, or
I heard on this podcast that it's like when like 2 parts of your brain can't really like communicate.
Okay, so
I don't really know how to.
So like neural pathways are being like closed.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the communication, and also there's like there's a weird thing where like your brain might recognize your thoughts as voices.
Okay, is that what you've experienced?
Yo, like that's crazy. That's actually a crazy way of explaining it too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Your
like
thoughts as voices.
Yeah.
Well, aren't everybody's thoughts voices? Like
well,
a voice.
It's like it's different though. Like imagine like when I'm thinking in my head, I know what I'm thinking, but like imagine a schizo person is thinking instead of them thinking it's them thinking, they think it's someone talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, it's like because like I've always thought it was like a voice, but like really like when I started having these like episodes and stuff. That I stopped being able to control the voice.
So there's
and
also
it would just
like,
say random shit to me.
So there's also like an aspect of like
that is crazy.
It's really fucking weird.
That's
like
so
especially
scary.
when it's like screaming.
Sorry.
Like sometimes it'd be like screaming at me and shit, and like that's really intense. That's
so
really intense.
there is like an aspect of like disillusion of self, of like
so.
what is real and what like
yeah, that's
who
a
you
big
are
thing of it.
really.
Yeah, and that's one of the worst things about it.
You said it's bipolar, right? Like,
Yeah, bipolar,
It's schizo and bipolar.
Yeah, it's
so like,
bipolar type. Yeah.
So like, that voice that's yelling at you, is it like beating down on you, or like is it telling you like, hey, you should do this, or is it influencing you in any way, or is it just kind of like there?
It's trying to influence sometimes. Like
But
it's
you've
literally
never,
told
like-
me to kill.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh whoa!
Yeah.
Where did that come
Shit.
from?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Well, I asked.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
you said
like
it's
the
never
voices,
told
the
you.
voices.
I thought you said it's never.
No, it has. Yeah.
Oh, it has.
It has, yeah. So like sometimes like crazy shit like that happens, but you
Yeah.
can't act on it. Like that's
No.
just crazy.
Oh no, dude! I've had a thought of like murdering. Like
Yeah.
I feel like everybody like thinks fucked up thoughts, you know.
Yeah.
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 It might be a little different how your brain takes it though. Like
Yeah.
it might be a lot more intense.
It's
you
just
know?
weird when you're not actually thinking that, and then like something tells you that. It's like
That's crazy, dude.
Just out of nowhere. Just,
I literally,
it's like that was strange.
Uh,
No, it's not like that. It's like super intense. I was like, oh fuck, like I was like laying in my bed.
So
I was
is
like,
there
oh my
no?
God.
Is there also like no aspect of like questioning what is going on? It's just kind of now I'm in this position, and I'm just everything is. There's no. You're not.
Like,
There's
to
no
what,
like.
do you think like if you could like stop and be like, okay, this is delusions or something? Like,
Yeah.
are these
Is there
delusions?
any like pattern or any like insignia that you can like realize?
yeah. Wait. Yeah. Is there
It really
something
depends on how deep you are in there.
Oh, okay.
It really depends. It, like on the surface level, like, because like one time I was like kind of freaking out at school, and I got up in front of the class, and then I had auditory hallucinations. I thought like they were all saying stuff straight to me, and they turned around, and I was like, and they were all like looking at each other. I was like, okay, they're obviously not talking to me. That was a delusion.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
okay.
then at that point you can like kind of like combat it. But if you're in like a full blown episode, like, no, I mean like you just get so
Oh,
get
you're
so into
deep
your
in the plot.
you're deep in the delusions. Like
Yeah.
you're fucking.
Fuck,
you
dude.
think the snipers are outside your goddamn house? Like you
Damn.
think people
Yeah.
are waiting in the bathroom for you? Like you're totally in that.
Oh.
It
wow.
might as well be real.
Yeah.
It's indistinguishable.
That's
That's-
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
couldn't imagine.
And getting out of that is really hard. Like I'm surprised that I did.
Is
I
it
didn't
only
think I would do it.
medication that gets you out of it, or is it?
Yeah.
No, I mean at first I wasn't taking any medication, so I just had to get out of it myself.
That's-
So
that's
your
good.
brain.
Medication-
So like eventually it comes like it's like a roller coaster almost. Like you're not always in that state, but like there are moments where it's like let up almost.
Like what do you mean? Like how does it end? Really? Like what are the mechanics?
Yeah. How does it end? Like
Yeah.
how do you pull
Where
yourself?
is your-
Like tell your story about how you pulled yourself out of that. I guess.
Really, like, I don't really remember for the first one, but for the last one, I don't know, I just got to the mental hospital, and, like, going to the mental hospital really helps. Like, it doesn't at first, because at first I was
What
like,
was it like? What did it look like inside?
what did it look like inside?
Yeah.
The last one I went to was really nice.
That's a good
Oh.
question.
Yeah, it looked like, okay, so basically it was like,
Because I've never.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I've only seen it
Give us more of a
portrayed in movies.
yeah. Give us a perspective of it a little bit. Like when you got there, what it.
there was like a common area, there was like 2 common areas.
Is it kind of like a hospital? Like, does it just kind of look like a hospital or no?
The first one I went to was a hospital.
Oh.
Like, it was just the
Like a s-
psychiatric wing of a hospital.
Gotcha.
So it was just literally just a hospital. I had like the shitty bed. There was like a camera in the corner, which is like,
Oh.
just like that's not a good idea.
That's.
It's like that's gonna fucking freak somebody out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially when you're already having thoughts of like there's
Yeah.
snipers and
Yeah.
people in the bathroom.
yeah,
The
like they're
camera's
I'm
on
watching
you.
me.
surrounded with camera.
Like they're watching me.
Or let's record this guy.
Yeah, but yeah, the first one I went to was a hospital. The second one I went to was like it was like a little recreation center kind of thing. Like there was a common area here where we all go in the morning and we just chat and like hang out, like me and a bunch of other crazy people. And then so there's like 2 common areas, and then there's like the offices in the middle with all the really hot nurses. And then like there's like rooms all along the wall, and they're like big rooms. They're like they're bigger than Ashton's room. Like they're big rooms with 2 beds in them.
Wait, so
And-
you had a roomie?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
that's cool.
My first roomie was a really funny guy.
What was his name?
I fucking forgot his name, but
Oh,
damn.
he had like 6 kids. He was like this short little guy, and he looked like he was like
Oh,
he looked like he
so
did
he was
numbers.
older. He was older.
Yeah, he was like fucking probably in his 40s.
I thought they would put like you with someone who was around your age.
There were people in my age in there, but
Yeah.
I could tell you guys about the people that were in there. That's really interesting.
All right, go for it.
Like the
Wait,
people that were at Rainier Springs.
Where were we at earlier though?
What?
I feel like we were going off in a different direction.
Yeah, we did spiral off pretty
Yeah.
hard.
I don't want to. I don't want
yeah.
to stop where we're going. I just don't want to forget where we were.
well, I mean, we were trying to talk about we were talking about my experience with it, but I also wanted to
Oh,
get
how
back
you got
to,
yourself out of it.
Oh yeah, how I got
that's
myself
what
out
we're
of
gonna
it.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to talk about that right now?
Nah, keep going with this tangent.
Okay.
Yeah, well, let's go with the people that were in there.
Okay, the people that were in there. Well, first off, the first one that comes to my head, I just took her into the room. They saw we were really close, so they were like, "We need to help her." So I just like took her into the room and started talking to her. But yeah, that's Kit. She's really cool. I still talk to her to this day.
Why was she in there?
She was in there because, I don't. She's had a really bad breakdown. I think she has like dissociative identity disorder or something.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Yeah. But
man, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Everybody in there has serious problems.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
like,
are they there for like a certain period? Because you're obviously here, you're not there. So are they?
Usually there's like it's like a week stay or like a 2-week stay.
Okay, based on
based on your situation.
Yeah.
I was usually in there for 2 weeks.
Was there any like permanent residents?
Permanent residents? There's people who have been in there for a while, like months.
Oh.
Yeah, like there was this one guy named Hector who was super cool. He liked to play soccer.
Hector.
He was a really sweet guy. He like played drums, he played music.
Oh, that's cool.
So he was cool. There was this guy named Zumba who would put Zumba on the TV and start dancing. Everybody would go Zumba.
His name was Zumba?
Yeah, his name wasn't Zumba, but everybody called him that.
Oh, okay.
Zumba.
They go Zumba Zumba, and then you turn on Zumba and start fucking dancing.
Is that the workout videos?
Yes,
Yeah.
the workout dance
Yeah.
videos.
I think my mom used to do those.
Zumba.
There's this guy, I forget everybody's names now, except for one guy, I think. Maybe. I used to remember his name because he's like such a character. But there was one guy who was flirting with all the nurses and he played guitar. He's kind of a douche, to be honest. But, Felicity, the nurse.
Felicity?
Fine. She bought me some, she was like...
That's an exotic name, no? Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, Felicity.
When I was leaving, she was like, don't tell anybody about this. And then she, like, handed me this big thing of, like, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh.
I was like, okay.
She, like, spits
on him. She was like, good luck, Tanner. I was like, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but, okay, we should get off this. This is too much.
Yeah, how do you
get out of it?
You're in the cut. You're deep in the cut. Yeah. You don't know what's real.
Yeah.
What's the, maybe like, how long does it take to get out, or what would the process be?
What was your process? Like, how do you remember how you pulled yourself out?
Well, a good thing is to maybe get some anxiety meds in your system. That's pretty good. Like sleeping regularly, having like a safe place to be, like at the hospital, that really helps a lot. Like when you start to get in like a comfortable place, you kind of just start to come out of it. Like talking to people helps and stuff. Like just doing just staying in reality and doing real things. You know, like that helps bring you back, because like it like pulls you back in the swing of things. But like really like I don't know, it was really hard, like especially the first time. I really remember it because it was so stressful. Like it was just crazy. Like I was like silent for like 3 weeks or like 4 weeks.
Silent?
Yeah.
So we just didn't talk to anybody?
I would just sit there and like shake a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like so scared.
Yeah.
Like my ex-girlfriend came over and she was like crying like a lot, and I didn't know what to do. Like.
So what was that period in your head? Like, were you just thinking? Were you just plotting?
I was really just like thinking about what could be the dangers and stuff, and like where people were, like trying to find people, and like a lot of things that came up was like I thought I was gonna get arrested for something. Like I thought I was gonna go to jail. I thought this was like a whole scheme to finally like get me for something that I never ever did. Yeah. Well, there was one time where I thought that right after my grandma died, I convinced myself that I fucking killed my grandma. Jesus. Like that I just did it and I didn't remember it or something. And it was really crazy.
And so what?
I like admitted to it in the hospital and I never did it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was super embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like it was like part of this, all this stuff. Like I get embarrassed about it. Like at least I did. Like at the time, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
But I bet one of the nurses is fucking. I bet they've seen.
Yeah, they've
seen it all. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah. But coming out of it, really, I mean, it would help to have somebody there. I didn't really have this, but it would help to have somebody there to be like, what do you think is going on? And like, I'm on your side. I will tell you what is reality and what is not reality. Like I'm not like
something,
I'm not some double agent or something.
Something you can actually trust.
Yeah, like especially someone you trust. Like if it's maybe your mom or something, or one of your like siblings, or like your best friend, like that'll probably do a good amount. But really, you just gotta make sure they go to sleep and shit. Make sure they feel safe enough to go to sleep, and kind of just wait it out, because it really just goes away on its own. Like it doesn't last forever. Really. Yeah. Like an episode like that.
So has it affected your dreams?
My dreams?
Yeah. Or what's your...
Yeah, I've had dreams. I've had recurring dreams that where, like, I do something and then everybody turns on me, or, like, I don't do anything, like, and everybody just will randomly turn on me. And they, like...
Damn. You're not even safe, like, try to kill me or something. Dreams.
Dude, that's like Inception. Yeah, you know, have you seen Inception?
No.
Oh, well, in Inception, it's about, like, dreams, and, it's about, like, going inside another person's dream and manipulating their thoughts. And when you're inside another person's head, their thoughts, when you start to like create, like in a dream you can create anything that's like makes sense, but once you start like creating like a boat that can drive, their conscious like starts to look at you and is like, oh, that's an invader, like something's wrong, weird. And then they attack you. So that's kind of how I took it. I don't know if that's like an actual thing, like if that means something in your dream.
Yeah.
But
like you're inceptioning yourself.
No, more like your conscience is like something's wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yeah. So when you were describing like how you were quiet for was that your first? When you were quiet for 3 weeks, was that your first?
Yeah, that was my first episode.
Incident. So when did the medication come in?
The medication came in. I don't know. I don't think I took it after my first episode because they thought it was just like psychosis brought on by drugs. I didn't think it was like a disorder or anything. And I thought the same thing. I was like, wow, I must have really done something bad or something. Like I must have done the wrong drug.
So psychosis with drugs, is that permanent, or is that just with like a drug? Like can it be permanent afterwards?
Like you just go into psychosis over and over again after you do a drug? Like could that happen?
It's more of like, does it start a disorder? Like can it start a disorder?
Like just purely drugs?
Yeah.
I think like it could happen to anybody?
No, yeah, like let's say somebody has like a super bad acid trip and they just go crazy after that.
Possibly. I really think you'd have to have like something
like what you were saying,
something in you that will like if you're gonna have like a disorder like this, but like some people could just generally go crazy afterwards. Like sometimes it's just too much and like breaks something in your brain, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But my first trip. Well, not my first trip. It wasn't a fucking trip. It's kind of the opposite or something. It was like a negative trip. But the first time they just thought it was drugs, so I didn't get any medication, and then it happened again, and like after my grandma died, and then they're like, okay, something is definitely wrong here.
Yeah.
But then they diagnosed me when I first got in there with major depression. Like major depressive disorder, and I was like, I don't know about that, because like there's some other symptoms going on here. And then later when I went back again, like back to the hospital the third time, I got diagnosed. Like I sat down with psychiatrists for like multiple days and did like multiple interviews, and then they're like, yeah, we think you have schizoaffective disorder. And I read about it and I was like, this is perfect. Like this is exactly what's happening. Like the manic states before, and then all the voices and delusions and extreme stuff like that's happening, and then like it lasts for like 1 to 3 weeks. So like that's exactly like the sort of timelines I'm looking at. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a pretty like, I mean at the same time, I mean it was very relieving to find that out, but at the same time they're like, yeah, you're gonna be suffering with this for the rest of your life. So it was extremely sad.
And it might even like. With those type, I don't know if this is like with schizophrenia. I know it gets worse as you get older.
Yeah, I'm pretty scared about that. Yeah, that's pretty.
But scary. I mean, if you're taking medication.
Yeah, I should be good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so, what is the medication exactly?
It's called Invega. It's just an antipsychotic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder how that. Do you know how that works exactly? Like what is in it or what?
I really don't know. I really don't know about the neurochemistry of that.
Because I bet that would give you more insight, like how if you look into like more of how the drug works to change your brain, maybe it would like lead you to find out exactly where this is coming from, or like maybe why your brain is doing those things.
There's probably some like like chemical like serotonin or something, like a lack of it or something like that. I don't know.
So you have medication. Do you think there's gonna be any like outbreaks? Not like outbreaks. Maybe like breakthroughs in like the.
Like treating this kind of stuff?
Yeah, is there gonna be like, what do you think in
probably.
like a perfect world the next step, or like maybe like Elon Musk's like brain?
Oh yeah, Neuralink.
Neuralink. Yeah, do you think that could?
I think there's some possibility there. I think for sure. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Would you ever?
That's
get
one of the
Neuralink?
things that they did say is like this could potentially treat schizophrenia. So
Yeah.
Would I get a Neuralink for it?
Yeah. Would you get Neuralink for it, or would you just get it in general, or even?
If it was like really good, like if it actually really worked, then probably. So I wouldn't have to take medication anymore and just not worry about it at all. Maybe.
Well,
and if it was really safe.
Yeah. Even aside from the schizophrenic disorder, would you get it? Like, what would you? Let's say you had a request. What would you want? Like, what would you?
To do with a Neuralink?
Yeah, like maybe you want. Maybe you want to like have multiple personalities, or like, maybe you want to be this or be that, or like.
What would I do with
Like, let's say you want to jump like 3 feet higher or something.
I don't know if a Neuralink could do that.
Just fucking pull a Tom Segura and pop both your fucking kneecaps trying to jump.
I'd probably like maybe enhance my memory or something, because my memory is pretty dodgy sometimes. Or like, cause like that'd be cool. Maybe enhance memory. Or like, I don't know. I mean, I think the ultimate thing would just be like Total Matrix, where you just load
Have full control.
Load like Kung Fu patch, and then Kung Fu or something like. That'd be sweet. Like load Mandarin Chinese, and then you can speak Mandarin Chinese.
Mandarin Chinese.
Like that'd be super cool.
And then you just fucking have orange chicken in your.
Yeah.
You just load Mandarin Chinese chicken.
Yeah, but yeah.
Do you think your brain would have a breaking point with that, or do you think the Neuralink would like be like a iCloud storage? You know?
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to load in like play guitar, kung fu, fishing pro, whatever, like know how to fix a car, blah blah blah. Does your brain like eventually just is like?
Yes, it's not obvious how it's gonna work, but the brain isn't gonna be able to adapt to it very much, like very fast, because like I mean the brain, like the adaptation moves slow, like evolution moves really slow, so it's gonna have to be the machine like adapting around your brain.
Yeah.
But I don't know. A lot of this stuff is pretty theoretical, so I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's pretty cool. Like
it might just fucking be like, dude, whoa.
It's complete science fiction.
Whoa.
and then when it senses that, it just like stops or whatever. But.
Well, I mean, Google doesn't always work at full speed. I mean, sometimes you get a little hiccup. So I mean, it's probably like the same thing.
Fuck, my kung fu only loaded in 80%.
Or like even Elon Musk was saying like you could just press the pleasure button, like just always, and it would just always fire.
No.
Dog, that would.
No, I mean I don't.
That would take. I feel like that would take away from a lot of things. I mean, what's the point of like? I don't know. Neuralink. Can't learn. I feel like if you can learn anything automatically, what's the point of like actually learning it? Like taking the time to know it, you know? That would be lost. What happens if one day learning guitar just becomes a file, and then that file is corrupted and lost forever, and nobody knows how to play guitar anymore? Like,
well, I mean,
I feel like a lot of that.
That's how it happens. That's just what's meant to happen. I don't know. It's all right. I mean, we're gonna lose some things. I mean, but that would still suck. But could happen.
I feel like that relates kind of like to what we were talking back in one of the earlier podcasts, is like how a lot of things are kind of being lost, like a lot of traditions, like how to survive without technology, or like, you know, like how to fix a car, even with how electrical vehicles are being more like common, or like just a lot of things are being lost that maybe we don't need anymore that we're just kind of taking for granted.
Yeah, as a species evolves, like especially like a complex species, an advanced species like the humans, basically, you lose things and then you gain some things, and sometimes you gain bad things, sometimes you lose good things. You know, it's sad,
Yeah.
but it's just really the evolution of the species. I mean, you can like do stuff to prevent it though, like if we were gonna if everybody learned guitar off a file. We should definitely keep the instructions on how to actually learn guitar somewhere in a book or like somewhere somewhere else. Like,
yeah, it doesn't mean everything's gone. I mean,
but yeah, it'd be wise to take measures to kind of sidestep losing a lot of these things, because we could lose a lot of shit, and it would be horrible. Like, that's gonna be a challenge, but I think I have faith in it.
We'll pull through.
Yeah, I think we'll do pretty good.
Yeah. It's almost like instead of making AI, it's just kind of making us closer to like instead of making a complete AI from scratch, it's just kind of using our brain as like a base model, almost.
Wait, what?
Like the Neuralink, like in this perfect utopia where biological creatures come one with technology.
I think one of the destinies of humans is to create something that is more intelligent than it. Just like how evolution itself created something that is more intelligent than it. I think we're just taking evolution into our own hands at this point, because we can. So.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy how like now that our technological advances are.
I'm not trying to say we should play God or something.
That's what I was saying. Isn't that like a way of playing God? Like when you take that into your own evolution into your own hands, that is kind of playing God.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying like we're gonna fucking create some master race or like do some really dark stuff, like, but it's just a matter of like advancement, like, and just going forward.
I don't think it's like playing God, but it is definitely getting close.
Yeah.
Like, very close.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's going to be a lot of moral struggles.
If Mother Nature cuts off your arm and you just give a person a robotic arm, it kind of takes away the purpose of Mother Nature, don't you think? Like, what if all these things were supposed to happen and we just kind of fuck what's supposed to happen?
Yeah. Well,
like people think things happen for a reason. And
well,
I like to think some things do, and so like
I have it on the wall.
I don't know. I think my biggest fear about the future is crowding, like too much. Like I just feel like there's gonna be too much people, too much things, too much.
Yeah,
it's just gonna, like, you look at LA and every day they wake up and go to bed with smog, every day. Like that's just pollution, just like it's fog.
Oh, no one gives a shit. No one gives
a damn. But like
that's why we gotta transition away from like fossil fuels and things.
Yeah.
And stop putting carbon into the atmosphere.
Did you see that?
But that is one good example. Like, it's like what is going on? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I feel like we'll always pollute though. We can't just get rid of things easily. Like nothing. You can't, like, when we think of throwing things away, even subconsciously, we know that it goes to garbage island, but we like to think that it just disappears into space.
Yeah, but just because we pollute doesn't mean we can't get to an area of sustainability. Everything is always polluted. You can never
That's what I mean. I feel like there's always going to be a pollution. Like there's always going to be some sort of waste.
We're gonna refine. We're always refining something to make it more efficient or less polluted. And
the only way to decrease your carbon footprint to zero is to kill yourself.
Yeah,
because you're always breathing out carbon dioxide. You're always farting.
Yeah.
So.
Just one little step. Did you see that we actually just started, scientists actually have been, working on radioactive diamond batteries, where, there's, a thin layer of diamond around, a battery cell, and you put it next to, a radioactive isotope, and it creates energy. They can
That's pretty
sustain
cool.
for like 28,000 years.
What the fuck? How does that work? What? You put a diamond battery?
I didn't look into it too much, but
That sounds so like like you
It
have
is
two
pretty-
things and you just like there's so much in the middle that needs to happen for those things to touch. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's really interesting, but I want to know how that works.
yeah, apparently, I wish
Wait,
I
so a
read more on
diamond
it.
battery reacts to what again?
It's like there's like a thin synthetic diamond around, like a battery cell. I'm pretty sure, and it's near a radioactive isotope, which is like something radioactive.
And just creates energy.
Yeah, they were saying it works kind of like we could probably look it up, but I don't want to waste time. But
That's pretty interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that's really
I think there's gonna be some pretty interesting. Like we're still pretty primitive with like our energy, like technology. Like even though we get like even the next generation is still kind of. It's probably will be looked at as primitive, like
Yeah.
solar and wind and
You don't know-
nuclear and stuff. Like,
You don't know what I've been thinking about?
what's up?
For some odd reason, I've just been thinking about a lot recently.
What has been going on in Ashton's head?
A plug-in. The simplest thing in the world, bro. The simplest thing in the world. A plug-in, right?
Like
think
an
outlet?
outlet
Like an outlet, yeah.
or like a cord?
Think it, no, like an outlet,
Okay.
like in the
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
all around the house, you plug in your TV, you plug
Yeah.
in your iPhone, you plug in all this shit.
Yeah.
One day they're gonna come out with something that's like, hey, this is the new plug-ins, more energy efficient, charges way faster, like it's just better, quote unquote better. I don't know why, but the thought process on that is just like the simplest thing as a fucking plug-in, or on the wall, can change that drastically, and which could change just everything around the world. Think about it, houses would be built differently, and they'd have to go inside every house and redo all the I don't know. It just changed the world. Like it's just something tiny like that can change the world.
Yeah, certain innovations have
Yeah.
that effect.
I don't know why. I've just been thinking about that. Like thinking
Yeah.
about what the next plug-in is gonna be.
yeah,
It's
like
just
the next
weird,
big
like,
idea.
Because I mean, you look at our iPhone chargers, they change every fucking year, dude.
Yeah, no,
like,
this one with that big
that's-
block, it's super fast.
but like it's all. But like think
It's
about
really fast.
think about how it used to charge your iPhone. It used to be a big like rectangle.
Yeah.
Thing, and then it turned into just that thing, and then it went from a USB that plugged into a wall block to a
USB-C.
USB-C that
Yeah.
plugs into the wall block. Like
Yeah.
I feel like things are slowly, getting there, and so
Yeah.
why not change? Eventually, that will.
I really like
change.
it. I really like
Plug-in.
I really like innovation like that. It's super exciting to me. It's
I-
very sexy.
Innovation is just so. Because really, it's just. Innovation is just like a way to save time, and we're only saving time because we're scared of death.
Damn, that's fucking. Those are wise words, Buster.
Innovation,
Yeah.
innovation is just.
Innovation.
We're just scared of dying.
We're taking shortcuts that way we don't waste
Yeah.
time. We're
Yeah.
making shortcuts.
That's one of the big things that separates us from like a lot of other animals is that we have such capacity to innovate.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
I
hear that-
wonder where that stems from.
Did you hear that scientists are trying to find out that monkeys might believe in God?
Not
Not even kidding. Apparently, monkeys out in nature build they build shrines and statues out in nature with like sticks and whatever else is out in nature, and they pray to it.
Wow.
Like monkeys will go there and like get down and stuff like that. And I saw a funny meme the other day where it was like when scientists find out that monkeys believe in God, and it was like atheists, and it was that Breaking Bad scene where he just like breaks down and starts crying and screaming at the sky. It's like, why?
There's just a monkey blessing his heart chakra.
The Monkey Bible.
Yeah.
The Monkey Bible.
It's like, what does this say? It's like,
Christian
what the hell is
monkeys.
this? They're like, no, that's just hidden. You don't even understand.
No, we'd totally we Christians would hop on that shit in an instant, dude. The second a conscious monkey gets up, dude. Christian, that
Have
is
you
a
heard about our
huge, selling
Lord and
point.
Savior
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ?
Like,
You're just out in the Amazon rainforest, and there's like just Jehovah's Witnesses everywhere.
Just marching through the forest looking for monkeys.
monkeys are probably my favorite animal. They're super interesting. I just like how smart they are.
Mm.
Like for an animal.
Do you think we'll ever reach a point where, I mean, because we have like so long to live. Like, I mean, possibly have so long to live. Do you think we're gonna like ever have a second species, like a second,
like human, like a second humanoid?
yeah,
Like
that
like,
we can, like,
monkeys will like get to like.
intertwine with? Yeah.
I think it'll take a real. I think
Talking
they're
about
really.
fucking a monkey,
No.
bro.
I think I'll ever get to fuck
It's
a monkey.
definitely gonna be a racism factor. Like, we're definitely.
Dude, you know what's funny about how we're talking about this right now is that I literally watched Planet of the Apes yesterday.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll take a long time for the monkeys
War
to
with
catch
monkeys.
Yeah. Because
Wild
they're still
evolution.
probably at like the Stone Age right now. Even like super primitive Stone Age.
up. Yeah.
Like, there are monkeys that use rocks to like. Dude, and have you seen like monkeys don't play around, dude? Fucking. They'll cannibalize each other.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
hunt other.
It's
monkeys.
chimpanzees.
Yeah, they're super
they're like
vicious.
Chimpanzees are the most like.
Apes. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the most aggressive
They're
ones.
super vicious. Like
Yeah.
they'll walk around the perimeters of their territories with like a pack of monkeys will walk around and look for like monkeys that are like different or like that they don't like,
Mhm.
and they'll just fucking jump them and
Yeah. Oh,
kill
yeah.
them.
Dude,
They're like really crazy.
there was this video of a chimpanzee climbed all the way to the top of its fucking exposure in a zoo and grabbed a seagull out of the sky and just started bashing its fucking head in on a fucking, like, two-handed bashing its head in.
Yeah.
And this guy's recording it while his daughter is just standing there crying, bro. But yeah, chimpanzees don't fuck around, bro.
Yeah, no, they're really strong too.
Yeah.
They're like way stronger than us.
I remember...
Oh, it's scary.
Like,
dude.
seriously.
I remember my grandma telling me about a story about when she was like a little kid. One of the like things that was huge in the newspaper back then was this lady had a bunch of pet monkeys, and she like always advised that monkeys are just like us and they're blah blah. They're super nice, kind. They won't do anything to you. And then it comes out in the paper like years later. A monkey. She literally all she did was like take his food away because he was being a bad monkey or some shit.
Yeah.
Monkey fucking ripped her arms off and ripped her face off and like they said she recovered, she lived, but she doesn't have a face or arms. Like the monkey fucked her shit up.
Anatomy wise,
Anatomically.
yeah, we are close to
A
monkeys,
banana.
and they know that like those monkeys. They know you need your fingers, so that's where they're going first.
Yeah.
That's
fingers,
crazy.
your face.
That's fucked
It's like
up.
that guy needs his dick to like
Yeah.
reproduce.
Oh yeah.
I'm going for that first.
Yeah, that's insane.
Dude,
It's
that's
scary.
fucking that's
It's
scary as fuck.
Yeah, there's this like audio of like this 911 call of this lady who like got attacked by a monkey. It's super disturbing. You can hear like the monkey screaming in the background and shit.
Oh.
And like it's actually her friend calling.
Oh,
And
I
she's
heard
like-
about that one.
She's like,
yeah.
my friend's
and-
friend's being attacked.
yeah,
and
she's
you can hear the monkey.
fucked up.
You can hear the
Yeah.
monkey going crazy in the background. It's really disturbing.
Yeah,
There's
I think
no
I've
way.
seen that. I've heard that.
There's
one.
no way you're stopping that monkey.
No, it's
Yeah.
their backs are like wood.
Yeah.
Like they feel like wood. Like they're just
Dude,
ripped,
punch a
dude.
monkey in the back and it wouldn't do shit.
Like if you look at a picture of a hairless monkey, you're like, oh my
Dude,
god,
have you
he's
seen-
like Joe Rogan.
I don't know who
Teach him
this
kung fu, he'd fucking take over the world.
I don't know who this guy is, but there's this guy who is like really like I think he's from Australia, but he's like no, he's from Europe, but he's like really familiar with the jungle, and he'll be holding a baby gorilla, and a mama gorilla will fucking charge his ass, and he'll just stand there with it, and then the gorilla will come and then bounce away. Like, it's just to scare him, but like he knows that, and it's just like, bro, if I ever saw an 8-foot 360-pound gorilla charging at me, I'd probably run away.
That's a running house, dude.
Dude,
That's a house
that's
that
a
can
car,
run.
bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a fucking car with arms and legs. That's
No,
fucking
that's
Shaq
no fucking- that's a
O'Neal in the
Ford
wild.
F-350 is just running at you.
Chevy Nova coming at you.
Fucking insane.
Could hit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jungle's fucking scary though.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
And it's still being deforest. Like,
yeah, that's the other thing. We
sad.
yeah. Oh, deforest. I thought you were gonna say we still
Deforestation.
haven't even like discovered a lot of it too.
Oh,
I'm sure. I think there's parts of it that we haven't even discovered.
I heard that. I don't know if this is true, but this was on a Joe Rogan podcast where this guy, he was like, there was over like 300,000 square kilometers or something in that ballpark of undiscovered rainforest. And apparently they were finding like Amazonian cities.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Or like not even.
Yeah,
cities,
they're like
villages.
scanning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like radar or something.
Yeah, because it's just so overgrown. It's just you can't even fathom how overgrown it is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It shows how long that forest has been there.
Yeah.
I was watching a video yesterday about I think it's like a trapdoor spider or something like that, but it's like this spider in the jungle that makes its entire life is spent inside this, like it digs a perfectly cylindrical hole in the ground, and it's fucking deep too. Like it's really deep. Like it's like probably like like from your fingertips to your forearm deep, and it's covered in webs all the way down. And then they build a door at the top with handles, and the spider just waits and it holds these handles, and it has things that like it has webs all along the ground, and it waits for things to come, and it pops it open, grabs it, pulls it in, and then eats it. But like, I don't know. This just like, it's just crazy that how unique those animals are in the jungle. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of different stuff going on out there. There's a lot of like genetic variation.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's probably like that's one of my favorite things about Earth.
Yeah.
Is like all the different types of life. It's super cool.
I feel like over here in North America, we have the boring side of like animals.
Oh yeah, we do.
We have like just the bland like browns and grays and tans.
Are you talking about colors?
Like I mean, just animals and their colors in general.
We
like
just have like birds and like squirrels
and deers and bears and shit. We're like over there they have tigers and lions and elephants and all these different types of bugs.
Koala bears.
Koalas, yeah.
Well, like they're over like 99% of tigers in America is just captured.
In Texas. They're in Texas.
Oh,
there's more tigers in captivity in Texas than in the wild of the whole world.
Holy shit.
That's true.
That's crazy.
That's fucked up.
That's horrible. That's
kind of gross, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
It's such a majestic...
Just because back in the 70s, it was like a thing to buy a tiger.
Yeah.
Do you think Mike Tyson still has his tigers?
I
heard one of them died.
I don't think so.
I think one of them died, yeah.
Yeah. But he had those tigers since they were like cubs.
Yeah, he walked them.
Yeah.
There's pictures of him walking them like dogs.
Mike Tyson is such a humble, like, man, dude. He's so respectable.
Yeah, for being like, for going through what he went through, like being like being like the champion at like 19, like our age,
Ferocious.
like being the world heavyweight champion.
He was huge.
Have you seen anybody that's
huge.
even close to like his stature?
Yeah, he's fought people that were bigger than him and knocked him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like he was a heavyweight that just moved so like every fucking.
Dude,
did you see?
It was just an execution.
Did you see his most recent one too? Like him older boxing. It's crazy. He's still fast, bro. He's still super fast, and he fucking hits hard, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing. That's what's so deadly about Mike Tyson is that
hits
he's so quick
hard.
and hits with such force.
Yeah.
That will fuck you up.
Yeah.
God.
Like if you punch really slow, it's like a physics thing. Like if you punch really slow, it's like there's not that much like force.
Yeah.
But if you punch like fucking
That's
fast,
why they say to put your hips into it, because if you're just punching like arm out, you don't have a lot of force with that. You know, you're just extending your arm. But if you fucking turn your hip, you put in your whole body.
Oh yeah, it's where it's just like one muscle grouping.
Yeah.
But like you punch with your entire body.
like yeah.
And dude, if you see Mike Tyson, he's tight, bro. And then when he extends, it's all with his body. He doesn't extend like his full arm. He just extends like to here, but uses the rest of his power from his hips.
Yeah, like force equals mass times acceleration. So basically, like if you have a lot of mass moving very quickly, that force is going to be fucking
Exponentially
deadly.
higher.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson could kill people with his hands.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
And his footwork is nuts. I don't know if you've seen older videos of him like just airboxing.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like his feet are like oiled up. They're just so quick. He's just so fucking.
Have you seen Muhammad Ali?
It's beautiful. Oh yeah,
His
dude,
feet
that's
are like that,
amazing.
too. They're like
It's
butter.
amazing. Art, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Mike Tyson talking about Muhammad Ali, and he was like, dude, Muhammad Ali was the man. Like, it's he was saying it was one thing when somebody like wants to box, but it's another thing when somebody like makes their life to box. And
Yeah.
or something like that. And I don't know. It was just like super cool to see Mike Tyson talking about how cool Muhammad Ali is, which makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a cool video of Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali, like when Muhammad Ali was obviously older. But he had a disease, I forgot what disease it was. But
Parkinson's.
Yeah, it was Parkinson's.
So he couldn't really like talk or anything, like he couldn't really like say anything. But Michael's like, I'm bad, champ. I'm fucking bad. I'm like you. Like he was like a little kid.
Yeah.
He was like Mike Tyson was acting like a little kid because he was so excited to talk to Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
That's his idol. That's his hero.
It's a sweet video.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He's a good guy. He even lost his daughter, which is so sad.
Who? Mike Tyson?
Yeah. He had like a 4-year-old daughter that she like slipped on a treadmill or something and she ended up dying.
Holy shit.
That's fucked up.
That's super sad.
Yeah, and in an interview they were like, how did you recover from that? And he was like, I haven't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you can,
can't.
bro. I don't think you can recover
No,
from that.
not really.
Like, I mean, even just, like, seeing a child die would scar me, bro. And if it's my
Just
own,
being
it'd
hurt
be
even
forever.
So traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Life is cruel.
Life is cruel.
It's pretty nice.
Sometimes people just do bad shit to themselves though. Like even with drugs.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Just taking drugs in general is just.
I think sometimes it's not really a choice, though. Like, I mean, there is times where it's a choice, definitely, but, like, it comes to a point where it's like, I'm not doing this because I want to hurt myself. I'm doing it because I have to hurt myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Or you don't care if you hurt yourself.
Yeah. Some people, definitely.
Yeah, addiction is tough.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that gets into, like, addiction territory.
When we were talking about the 7 deadly sins on one of our last podcast.
When were we doing that?
I don't know.
Did you guys do that?
Yeah, somebody did it. I can't remember who. I think it was Ricardo, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, somebody was talking about it, and I think whatever the one for addiction is probably
like gluttony.
Yeah, gluttony. I have a book on gluttony. Like that's probably my like kryptonite, bro. It's like or, like I feel like that's the worst one actually. I think that's the worst one for anybody. Addiction to anything. I mean, that shit can ruin lives, but that shit does ruin lives. It ruins lives all the time. It ruins opportunities. It ruins
everything.
Yeah, it sucks. I've had like a girlfriend that was really bad with that.
Addiction?
Yeah.
With drugs?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I'd find her like pass out on the toilet or something. It was like super.
Nowadays you can't even do drugs and know what's in them.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Be sure.
That's, I mean, I'm not saying I want to do drugs, but that's definitely a huge reason why I've never delved into the harder side of it. Because it's just like, it's scary. I mean, I don't know, it just doesn't.
It's just a completely different ballgame.
Yeah, it is. And it doesn't attract me. Like that, just the stigma behind it, the fear of it, the danger of it. I mean, all of it is just like signs of like, don't do it. To me, some people find it as like, oh, that's interesting, or
like that's sexy,
the wild side, you know.
Yeah,
I think, like, because everything. I think one thing that would because a lot of drugs are just being laced with fentanyl.
Yeah.
I think we should just start giving out free fentanyl testing kits.
They have that in Canada, I think. In Canada, they're also trying. I don't know how people are gonna feel about this when I say this, but in Canada they're trying to push for legalizing every drug, and
a lot of people have been talking about that idea.
The reason being is because if you have someone doing clean drugs, they're less likely to die because usually they're dying of a drug that's cut with something else and they did too much of it. But their thought process is also if you give a person a clean, they know what it feels like to have a clean high, and so. If they're, I don't know. Their idea of it is that it's safer to know which drugs are like pure and which drugs aren't, and if you produce pure drugs, there's less overdose, which I kind of don't really agree upon. But like I agree with the idea of like if we can take away the death of a lot of things, if we produce.
Yeah, because fentanyl is the number one fentanyl
I don't think what America should do is legalize all drugs. I think what they should do is like if you are an addict and you need it but you want help getting out of it, we have the clean form of this drug and we can slowly give it to you in little amounts throughout time to get you off of it, and then once you're ready we can take you and put you in recovery and then blah blah blah. Then you're doing these drugs safely, not killing yourself, but also getting off of it at the same time. That's my thought process on it. I feel
so it's not like
it's not
legal,
like it's not legal. It's not like you can go to the dispensary and buy heroin. It's like you go to the hospital and you're like, hey, I want to get off this drug, but I need to take it or else I'm gonna fucking sweat and want to kill myself. Yeah. Like so can I please can you dose me, and then get in with a doctor. Yeah. The doctor's like, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna see if this works. If it doesn't, we're gonna try a different way. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of ways we could be stopping the addiction crisis, but we just also it's money. Yeah. It's a lot of money to stop something that you don't even fund.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like if drugs were legal, I think there should be limits on. Obviously, how much you can buy at one time and how often you can buy it. Because if you just have people going and getting fucking heroin every week, I think that's just creating a problem.
Are we talking about legalizing it or selling it?
Like if it was legal, like if it was legal and then they like.
Are you saying they would
provide
the way I was saying it too though? Like
what do you mean?
Like where it's not legal, but like a doctor prescribes it. And it's like, hey, this is the amount you need to take right now, or
yeah, that's basically right in line with what I was saying. Like yeah, like just have limits so people don't get if we do have drugs legalized, they don't get if we don't make the addiction problem worse.
Yeah, I don't think it should be legalized. I think it should be monitored.
Yeah, like an advanced rehabilitation program like that.
Yeah,
I think that could be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty big problem that we have right now.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't necessarily take all those people off the streets and put them in a place where they can be watched is the other thing. So I don't know how you control a person. Like if you gave them let's say they got fucking 5 weeks out and they're doing really good, and you gave them a little bit less this 5th week and it wasn't enough for them. They're like, I need more, and so they went out and did more. But you continue to do your program, but you don't know that they're actually doing more on the side. There's definitely, I see the hard parts about it, but I feel like there's also a way to control that.
Yeah, we're just at a point where any solution to try to control somebody or any solution that involves completely cutting off drugs from people, completely stopping people from using drugs, just does not work.
Yeah. You can't take it away
cold
turkey.
There's never not a workaround. People are always going to take drugs. That's just never...
Yeah,
people like their vices, bro.
Yeah.
People like...
And the way people get clean, they decide to do it themselves.
Yeah,
it has to be they actually have to feel that.
Yeah.
If they don't feel it, they're not going to get fucking clean.
Yeah.
There's no way. You can't force them to get clean. There's no fucking way that'll happen.
That's how it works for everybody. If you want to do it, you're going to continue to do it.
Yeah. So... Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a pretty sad thing.
Oh yeah, it's
when somebody you love is is just addicted and they don't they just drop you for it and shit, or they're that's just a tough place to be in. You don't understand you're why would you why are you choosing to go out and do these things that are hurting you rather than just hang out with me? It hurts.
Definitely.
Selfish almost.
That's what you think, yeah.
That's what you think. It's not that though.
Yeah, it's not it's not really that, but if you want to when I was trying to hurt my girlfriend's feelings, I would just tell her that she was being selfish and shit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really getting to the heart of the problem. So.
Yeah. How long have we been going?
An hour.
But yeah, I don't know if you guys are still listening, if you're interested in schizoaffective disorder. But basically, the thing is, you could probably beat it. You could probably beat it as long as you're willing to take the medication and willing to try to get to the truth and question your delusions. There's still hope to beat it, so it's not impossible. So, yeah,
And that's what, if you have hope with anything, that's just so powerful because
Yeah. If you're like being a fighter about it, then you can beat it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not impossible at all.
Yeah.
But some people just don't have that.
Yeah.
They don't have it when they need it.
Yeah.
And then they kind of it kind of
Just
ruins
spirals.
everything. Yeah. It kind of ruins their whole life. But yeah. It's a tricky thing.
Like most things.
Good.
You can call it. Goodbye.